Greetings and welcome to the Information Technology, IT, and Supply Chain Management presentation. We are pleased you have selected our program to make you acquainted with IT and its impact on supply chain management. As a supply chain professional, information systems will be an important tool for your function. At some point in your career, you will find yourself having to make decisions regarding IT. It may be whether or not to upgrade existing software or implementing a new system. It also may be changing a process that has to include system changes. It is important for the supply chain management specialist to be aware of the impact information technology has on the supply chain management function. All companies use technology in some form or fashion. Effectively utilizing this technology is a key aspect to a company's success. Information technology supports not only internal operations, but also collaboration between companies in the supply chain. All information systems are composed of technology that performs three main functions. These functions are 1. Data capture and communications, 2. Data storage and retrieval, and 3. Data manipulation and reporting. When discussing capturing and communicating data, one should think of systems and technologies that create high-speed networks. The Internet, broadband, electronic data interchange, EDI, and extensible markup language, XML, are examples of these networks. Although it is not crucial that the supply chain management specialist understands all of the aspects of IT, these are basic concepts that need to be familiar to the supply chain professional. The Internet is a crucial tool for companies today. Supply chain professionals can use the Internet in many ways to be more efficient in their tasks. The Internet can be thought of as a global data communications network. It uses Internet Protocol, IP, to move data from one point to another. Because it is a universal communications network, it allows companies to connect with others and share data between the computer systems. The Internet can be thought of as a supply chain management professional's key to global business. Broadband can be defined as any communications technology that offers high-speed access to the Internet with a connection that is always on. This includes coaxial cable, digital subscriber line, DSL, Metro Ethernet, fixed wireless and satellite modes of transferring technology. Broadband allows companies to connect with each other and exchange large volumes of data easily, inexpensively, and in real time. This is a far cry from old forms of communication such as mailing a purchasing order to a supplier. Many companies have internal broadband connection using Ethernet. This internal connection is called local area network, LAN technology. While other companies that have multiple geographic locations make use of a wide area network, WAN, which connects all locations to one system. Broadband also allows high-speed, somewhat low-cost, connection between separate companies. Electronic data interchange, EDI, was developed to transmit common types of data between companies that do business with each other. In the 1980s, this type of technology was mainly utilized by large manufacturing, automotive, and transportation industries to send and receive purchase orders, invoices, advanced shipping notices, and backorder status notifications. This technology was only used by large companies because of the cost and the fact that it is very complicated to do. Many companies, both large and small, use EDI systems today. Because of the advances in technology, an EDI system can run on any type of computer, ranging from a mainframe to a PC, and the cost is considerably low. Extensible markup language, XML, transmits data in flexible formats not only between computers, but also between computers and humans. While EDI uses rigid, predefined datasets to send and receive data, XML can be used to communicate a range of different kinds of data and related processing instructions between computer systems. This technology can be used to communicate between computers and humans by driving user interfaces such as web browsers and respond to user input. With XML, the exact data transactions and processing sequences are not required to be previously defined, unlike EDI. XML appears to be the wave of the future, consuming EDI. The challenge is that there are so many companies that have EDI systems currently in place. It is not cost-effective to change to an XML system. However, XML and EDI systems appear to be becoming hybrid systems that meet the needs of companies in different supply chains. Developers are creating XML extensions to be compatible with EDI systems. Software is available to translate EDI data to XML and back to EDI. The goal for XML is to enable flexible communications between companies in a supply chain, communications that are more spontaneous in free form. This kind of communication is positioned to drive a network of computers and people interacting with other computers and people, coordinating supply operations on a daily basis. Data storage and retrieval is another area of IT that supply chain management specialists should be familiar with. Database technology is used to handle data storage and retrieval. A database can be defined as an organized grouping of data that is stored in electronic format. Relational databases are the most common type of database. These types store related groups of data in individual tables and provide for retrieval of data with the use of a standard query language, SQL. The intricacies of understanding a database can be complicated for a non-technical person to comprehend. However, we will touch on this topic briefly for the purpose of exposing the topic to you. The detailed information will usually be handled by the IT department, not the supply chain professional. A database can be thought of as a model of the business processes for which it collects and stores data. It is defined at the level of detail in the data that it collects. The design of every database has to find a balance between wide-ranging data at one extreme and highly detailed data at the other. This balance is arrived at by weighing the needs and budget of a business against the increasing costs associated when the more data is more detailed. This balance is arrived at by weighing the needs and budget of a business against the increasing costs associated when the data is more detailed. This balance is reflected in what is called the data model of the database. As events occur in business processes, database transactions occur. The data model of the database determines which transactions can be recorded. These transactions are sometimes recorded as soon as they happen, and that is called real-time updating. They can also be captured and recorded in batches that happen on a periodic basis, which is called batch updating. A database also fulfills data retrieval needs of the people that utilize the system. People performing various tasks will want different combinations, views, of data of the same database. For example, purchasing and planning may be interested in information pertaining to the total previous demand for a product in order to perform future forecasting for usage. Sales, on the other hand, may want to know information about the same part, but from the perspective of the individual customer's usage. While it is important for the supply chain professional to be familiar with information systems, data manipulation and reporting is by far the area supply chain management specialists should be most familiar with. Different supply chain systems are developed by combining processing logic to manipulate the display data with the technology required to capture, communicate, store, and retrieve data. There are various kinds of systems that can support the data manipulation and report needs of supply chain operations. We will discuss some of those in the next few slides. Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP, is used in manufacturing mostly. These systems gather data from multiple functions within the company. The functions of the system are to monitor orders, production schedules, raw material purchases, and finished goods inventory. ERP systems usually support process-oriented activities of the business, which can cover many different departments. These systems usually come in modules that can be installed and utilized all at one time or on their own. The modules usually focus on carrying out and monitoring daily transactions. The modules are generally divided by manufacturing, procurement, finance, order fulfillment, logistics, and human resources. ERP systems have limited analytical capabilities. Procurement systems' main focus, of course, is on the procurement function that happens between the company and its suppliers. This type of system is implemented to streamline the procurement function and make it more efficient. The system focuses on part numbers, prices, purchasing histories, and supplier performance. It also gives the procurement department the abilities to compare prices and evaluate performance capabilities of suppliers. Advanced Planning and Scheduling Systems, APS, focus on plant capacity, material availability, and customer demand. These systems are very analytical. An APS system demands heavily on information from an ERP system. Once the information is extracted and analyzed from the ERP system, the system then determines what to make, at which location it should be made, and when it will be made. Linear programming techniques, along with other complicated algorithms, are used to create the schedule recommendations. Transportation planning systems are used to calculate the quantity of material needed, when it is needed, and where. This is a planning tool for material transportation planning. Normally, system vendors distribute this type of ware. Content vendors will provide data needed by these systems such as mileage, fuel costs, and shipping tariffs. Demand planning systems take historical demand information to create models that help company forecast future sales. Some of the historical data used is seasonality and market trends, as well as past sales information. Demand planning also assists in revenue management. This feature allows management to experiment with different mixes of product to evaluate the what-ifs, and that might affect the forecast. This is widely used in companies such as airlines, hotels, and rental car agencies. Customer relationship management and Salesforce automation systems computerize many of the responsibilities of customer service and sales management. This system focuses on servicing existing customers and attracting new customers. This system evaluates buying patterns and customers' history. The Salesforce automation system allows companies to coordinate and monitor the activities of the sales force. It automates the functions of making follow-up and sales calls and preparing quotes and proposals for customers and new prospects. Supply chain management (SCM) systems are usually integrated to cover various functions that closely rely on each other. For example, the SCM system could contain advanced planning and scheduling, transportation planning, inventory planning, and demand and forecasting. These systems are usually analytical and depend on ERP-type systems to provide the needed data required for analysis and planning. Inventory management systems track demand patterns, monitor inventory levels, calculate economic order quantities, and safety inventory levels. These systems are normally used to find the balance between carry cost of inventory and the cost of running out of inventory and losing sales revenue when you run out. These systems are almost always found in operations where inventory levels have to be monitored closely due to demand fluctuations. The last three systems we will discuss are manufacturing execution systems, transportation scheduling systems, and warehouse management systems. A manufacturing execution system is focused on the production activities of the company. Similar to the APS but less analytical, it creates short-term production schedules, assigns raw materials and production resources within a single manufacturing location. This type of system is usually focused, operationally, like the ERP, and many times produced by the same manufacturers of the ERP systems. Transportation scheduling systems are not generally analytical and concentrates on daily operations issues. It is a simple system that creates delivery and transportation schedules. Warehouse management systems are used to support daily warehouse operations. The main function is to support the actions needed to pick up the product from inventory, pack that product to be shipped, and ship that product to fill customer orders. The system tracks inventory levels and stocking locations within a warehouse. Although rarely considered, information technology is an important part of making the supply chain management function run effectively and efficiently. Being a supply chain management specialist will require you from time to time to get involved in areas such as information technology and make decisions that will affect the organization's bottom line. It is important to understand these different operating systems and how IT can make or break the organizational processes if you have not implemented the proper system to capture data needed and to make sound business decisions. Thank you once again, and this is businesstraining.com, where you can earn master's level qualifications to make more money.